Thank you so much to the gorgeous Wes. Not only does he make a volunteer for the Mental Awareness Foundation shirt look really good, bloody handsome specimen you are, but you're equally as beautiful on the inside as well. You're just a great human, and I love having you in my network. What you do for our community, not just in Brisbane, but I know a large, is something that we need to thank you more often for. So thank you for who you are and what you do. I know that the Mental Awareness Foundation and certainly the annual walk was started off the back of a very beautiful, meaningful story for yourself, but you have touched the lives of so many off the back of that. So yeah, I don't think we thank each other enough. So yeah, Wes, thank you so much. And thank you for being here today too. It's really cool. Thank you for your precious time.
Thank you, Darla. Due to the poor internet, I'm trying to let you say as much as you can before I jump in. But that's I'm very humbled, and listen, it's very nice to give back to the community, and I really appreciate that. It's would you believe? It just is. You don't hear it a lot, but I just go out of my way to want to try and make a difference. And not that I need the praise, but it's really nice to be thanked like that. So thank you.
You're welcome. And yeah, thank you for being obviously on today. I reached out to you for a couple of reasons. You jumped at the new C word being community, which I love because you are the epitome of community and collaboration and what you do in that space. And I'm sure you'll shed some light on that in a minute. But also from my new venture with Crowdbloom, we are, as part of our give back, donating percentage of our profit to the Mental Awareness Foundation, because I could think of no better a fund to be able to attribute some much needed funds to. So yeah, thank you for being a part of today. Thank you for your organisation, and thank you for the insight today. So tell me why you jumped at community for a C word that you want to bring to this time of crisis.
Yeah, well, for that exact reason, obviously, let's not argue, we are in a crisis. However, we get through this, and community is 100% the backbone of how we get through this crisis. And what is the community? Obviously, our local community in terms of the people that live next door to us, in our suburb, our city, but our community as in our friendship circle. So there's so many levels of community, and I guess we could walk through them, but our first community are the people that are close to us. Mm-hmm. Like, I really want to make sure, encourage that community of people that surround you, please just ensure that they are positive towards you, that they lift you up, that they inspire you. And I know that it's really hard to probably focus on those things at the moment. However, those people that are involved in your community should be able to lift you up, particularly if you are, if this is bringing a lot of anxiety to you or stress, which I totally get and I totally have empathy towards it. However, we need those people around us, and perhaps you're that person in your community or your friendship circle that is going to lift people up. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to jump at the word community, is our circle of friends, but they're so just in our own net around us, in terms of our neighbours and our community, in terms of the people that we live with. You know, what are you, when you're going outside, how are you holding yourself in your community? Are you going to be the one that sort of adds to the panic, or perhaps you can be the one that actually brings calm to the panic? And we need those people in our community.
I agree. And especially, I've got little eyes watching me at all times. You know, my 7-year-old already is trying to think of ways how he can help in these times of crisis. And it's sad to think that he's only 7 and he's so precious. We need to preserve their innocence. But to be able to instill that and see that these people are watching us. So do I want my children seeing me fight over grocery items in the store, or know that we have enough? We have enough under our roof and at the grocery store. We don't need to fight, but we need to be that light, and compassion and kindness is what I want them seeing, because we need more of it, don't we?
100%. And that's the thing. Like, I think in these times of crisis, you know, who are you as a person in your community? Are you a taker, or perhaps are you a giver? Mm-hmm. And that's the thing. Like, I go back to the Brisbane floods. fortunately or unfortunately, I was here. I was somewhat affected. However, what I saw was the community coming together to help. And it was beautiful. Like, I think, the Courier Mail had, for the first time in maybe a long time, had positive pieces on the front page, and it was showing the people coming together. And that's what we need to do right at this stage. Now, you could argue that, hey, we need that social distancing and stuff like that, and that's fine. But how are your interactions with people? Are they positive? Are you giving? Are you asking those questions? Hey, how can I help? Because at the end of the day, I think you and I, Emma, we've got sound mindsets, and we need to step up as leaders and encourage people to say, hey, rather than thinking about what's in it for me, how can I serve others? And I think obviously when we're at the supermarket, just carrying that attitude of being calm, and perhaps if that item isn't there for you, not being stressed out about it, but perhaps thinking, well, listen, I can get it next time. Or is there someone that I could actually ask in my community that would be willing to perhaps give me something, or a proportion of that?
Or change your recipe. Like, that's also teaching your children how to pivot, because we're in a massive change period, aren't we? We're pivoting in business, in life, and change your recipe. It's all lessons.
Yeah, and I totally agree. Obviously now the thing that's selling out quickly is meat. And I'm just like, okay, cool. Now, like, yeah, well, listen, I'm a dirty meat eater at times. However, all I was thinking was, I'm just like, cool, I'm just going to eat more vegetables. Yeah. I'm not signing up to this panic, and I want to show my community that, listen, I love you, I care about you. And how do I show that I'm not panicking? Is just by being me, by being supportive and just showing calm as much. And that's why I'm fortunate enough to have a very good circle of friends around me that are in the same mindset of just keeping calm. And, we're observing, like, don't get me wrong, like, we actually more chuckle that, there's no toilet paper or there's no meat, but we're just like, okay, well, listen, there is a shower if need be.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. Well, thank you, C. I knew you'd bring your beautiful, beautiful heart to this, and thank you, Wes. That's amazing, and you are community personified. That is just you as a person, and I love, as I said, being privileged to be in your community is a highlight of mine. So thank you for what you bring and what you offer, and thank you for being part of today. So thank you, Wes, very, very much. Thank you for partaking. Mwah.
Thank you, community, and thank you, Em, and awesome platform. And let's just, I guess, try and spread that message of positivity to the community, and you're doing that, and I'll be a part of it every day of the week. So thank you.
Thanks, legend. See ya. Peace out.